The childhood photos showed a happy little girl playing alone. Birthday parties with no siblings, family dinners for three. But when Ellen asked Lisa Harper if she had any siblings, her answer would soon be proven devastatingly wrong. "I'm an only child." Lisa Harper, 32, sat in the interview chair with the comfortable confidence of someone who knew exactly who she was. A successful marketing executive from Denver, she'd been invited to Ellen's show to discuss her viral social media campaign about finding your purpose in life. The Ellen DeGeneres Show had featured Lisa during their Women Who Inspire Week, celebrating her journey from a troubled childhood in foster care to becoming a successful businesswoman who now helped other foster children find their path. What Ellen's producers didn't know was that across the country in Boston, a woman named Chen had been watching Lisa's viral videos with growing recognition. Sarah had spent 32 years searching for someone who looked exactly like Lisa, someone who shared her face, her mannerisms, her laugh. Lisa had grown up believing she was alone in the world. Her adoptive parents had told her she was surrendered as a baby by a teenage mother who couldn't care for her. There had never been any mention of siblings, any hint that she wasn't the only child given up that day. "Lisa," Ellen began warmly, "tell us about your inspiration for the Find Your Fire campaign." "Growing up in foster care, I always felt like I was missing something," Lisa replied. "Not just parents, but a sense of belonging, of knowing where I came from." Ellen nodded sympathetically. "That must have been incredibly difficult." "It was lonely," Lisa admitted. "I always wondered what it would be like to have a brother or sister, someone who understood what I was going through." "Do you have any siblings that you know of?" "No," Lisa said with certainty. "I'm an only child, always have been." Ellen's expression shifted slightly. Something in her producer's voice through her earpiece had caught her attention. "Lisa, I need to tell you something that might be hard to hear." Lisa's confident demeanor faltered. "What do you mean?" "We've been contacted by someone who's been watching your videos. Someone who believes you might not be an only child after all." Lisa felt her chest tighten. "I don't understand." Ellen took a breath. "Lisa, there's a woman named Chen in Boston who thinks she might be your twin sister." The studio fell completely silent. Lisa stared at Ellen as if she'd spoken in a foreign language. "That's impossible," Lisa said slowly. "I would know if I had a twin." "Not necessarily," Ellen said gently. "Sometimes twins are separated at birth, especially in adoption cases." Lisa felt the world tilting around her. "You're saying I have a twin sister?" "We're saying there's a woman who looks exactly like you, was born on the same day in the same city, and has been searching for her twin sister for 32 years. Lisa's hands began to shake. "Where is she?" "She's here today." Lisa stood up from her chair. "Here? Now?" "She flew out yesterday when we contacted her." "Lisa, she's been looking for you her entire life." Lisa felt overwhelmed by the magnitude of what Ellen was telling her. "How do you know she's really my twin?" "We don't know for certain," Ellen admitted. "But the resemblance is unmistakable. And Lisa, she has your exact birth date. Same hospital, same adoption agency." "What if this is a mistake? What if I get my hopes up, and she's not really my sister?" "Then you'll have met someone who understands exactly what you've been through," Ellen replied. "Someone who's been searching for the same thing you have." Lisa looked around the studio, trying to process information that challenged everything she'd believed about herself. "I'm scared, Ellen." "Of course you are. This is the biggest moment of your life. What if she doesn't like me? What if we have nothing in common?" "Lisa, she's been looking for you for 32 years. She already loves you." Lisa took a deep breath. "Okay, I want to meet her." Ellen gestured toward the wings. "Sarah, would you like to come out?" A woman emerged from backstage, and the studio gasped audibly. Chen looked exactly like Lisa Harper. Not similar, identical. The same face, the same height, the same way of walking. Lisa brought her hands to her mouth. "Oh my God." Sarah stopped walking when she saw Lisa, tears immediately streaming down her face. "Lisa, you look exactly like me," Lisa whispered. Sarah walked slowly across the stage. her eyes never leaving Lisa's face. "I've been dreaming about this moment my entire life." They stood facing each other, two women who were mirrors of each other, processing 32 years of separation in a single moment. "How did you find me?" Lisa asked. "Your videos," Sarah said, her voice shaking. "When I saw you talking about growing up alone, about feeling like something was missing, I knew it was you." Lisa studied Sarah's face, seeing her own features reflected back. "You really think we're twins?" "I know we are," Sarah said simply. "I felt like half of myself was missing my whole life. Looking at you, I feel complete for the first time." Ellen watched this reunion with tears in her eyes. "Lisa, how are you feeling right now?" "Like I'm looking in a mirror," Lisa said. "But also like I'm meeting a stranger," Sarah spoke up. "We are strangers, but we're also connected in a way that goes deeper than knowing each other." Ellen realized she needed to ask the questions the audience was thinking. "Sarah, tell us about your search for Lisa." "I've been looking for my twin sister since I was 18, Sarah explained. "I hired private investigators, searched adoption records, posted on every missing persons website." "What made you so certain you had a twin?" "I always felt incomplete," Sarah said, "like part of me was somewhere else. My adoptive parents confirmed I was a twin when I turned 18, but they didn't have any information about where my sister went." Lisa was listening intently. "My adoptive parents never told me I was a twin." "That happens sometimes," Ellen said. "Agencies thought it was easier for children to adjust if they didn't know about siblings they couldn't see." Lisa felt a surge of anger. "So they let me spend 32 years feeling alone when I had a sister out there?" "They thought they were protecting you," Ellen said gently. Sarah reached out tentatively. "Lisa, can I touch your hand?" Lisa extended her hand, and when their fingers touched, both women gasped. "Your hands are exactly like mine," Lisa said. "Everything about you is exactly like me," Sarah replied. "It's like looking at myself in a different outfit." Ellen was moved by the profound connection happening before her. "What do you want to know about each other?" "Everything," they said simultaneously, then laughed at their synchronization. Lisa went first. "What was your childhood like?" "I was adopted by a wonderful family in Boston," Sarah said. "But I always felt like something was missing." "What about you?" "Foster care in Denver," Lisa replied. "It was harder. I always wondered what it would be like to have a family." Sarah's face filled with pain. "I had a family, but I never stopped feeling like I was incomplete." Ellen realized these women had lived parallel lives of longing. "Do you have similar interests?" "I'm in marketing," Lisa said. "I'm a graphic designer," Sarah replied. "Both creative fields." "Do you like?" Lisa began. "Thai food?" Sarah finished. "Yes." "Spicy." They stared at each other. "How did you know I was going to say that?" Lisa asked. "Because I was thinking the same thing," Sarah laughed. Ellen felt goosebumps. "What else do you have in common?" "I hate roller coasters," Lisa said. "Terrified of them," Sarah agreed. "I'm allergic to shellfish." "Same. And I have a scar on my left knee." Lisa pulled up her pant leg. "From falling off my bike when I was 7. Sarah showed her identical scar. "Same accident, probably the same age." Ellen was witnessing something extraordinary. "This is incredible. You've lived separate lives, but somehow stayed connected." Lisa looked at Sarah with growing wonder. "Do you ever get this feeling like you're supposed to be somewhere else?" "Every day of my life," Sarah said. "Like I'm living the wrong life somehow." "Yes," Lisa exclaimed. "Like I'm a puzzle piece that doesn't quite fit." Ellen realized she was watching two halves of a whole person meeting for the first time. "What do you want to happen now?" "I want to know everything about her," Lisa said. 32 years of birthdays I missed, holidays we should have spent together. "I want to be sisters," Sarah said simply. "I want what we should have had all along." Ellen felt the profound beauty of what was happening. "You have the rest of your lives to catch up." Lisa looked at Sarah. "Where do we even start?" "Maybe with a hug?" Sarah suggested. They embraced, and the connection was immediate, profound. Neither wanted to let go. "You feel like home," Lisa whispered. "You feel like the part of me I've been missing," Sarah replied. Ellen addressed the audience. "What we're witnessing is the power of connection that transcends time and distance." These women found each other after 32 years of separation. When they finally separated, both were crying. "I can't believe you're real," Lisa said. "I can't believe I found you," Sarah replied. Ellen had one more surprise. "Lisa, Sarah, there's something else you should know." They looked at her expectantly. "We've been in contact with the adoption agency. They found records showing that you were indeed separated as infants because the agency thought it would be easier for you to adjust." "Do we have any other family?" Lisa asked. "Your birth mother is still alive," Ellen said gently. "She's been looking for both of you for 32 years. Both women gasped. "She's alive?" Sarah said. "And she wants to meet you both. She's actually here today." Lisa and Sarah grabbed each other's hands. "Our mother is here? She's been watching from backstage, waiting to see if you'd want to meet her." "Yes," they said in unison. Ellen gestured to the wings. An older woman emerged, tears already streaming down her face. She looked like an older version of Lisa and Sarah. "My babies," she whispered. Lisa and Sarah walked toward her, and the three women embraced in the center of the stage. 32 years of separation ended in that moment. "I'm so sorry," their mother said. "I was 16. I had no choice. I've regretted it every day since." "It's okay, Mom," Sarah said, the word feeling natural despite never having said it before. "We found each other," Lisa added. "That's what matters now." Ellen watched this family reunion with profound emotion. "What happens now? Now we start over," their mother said. "Now we become the family we should have been all along." The taping continued for 2 more hours, as the three women shared stories, compared photos, and began to build relationships that had been stolen from them decades earlier. Lisa learned that she had her mother's love of music, that her restless spirit came from both sides of her genetic line. Sarah discovered that her artistic abilities were inherited, that her sensitivity was a family trait. Their mother learned that despite the separation, despite the different paths their lives had taken, her daughters had grown into remarkable women who carried pieces of her in their hearts without even knowing it. Ellen arranged for extended interviews, for family counseling, for the support these women would need as they navigated their new reality. The episode aired 6 weeks later and became one of the most watched in Ellen's show history. Viewers were moved by the profound connection between the twins, by the mother's grief and joy, by the family's commitment to building something beautiful from their painful past. Lisa moved to Boston to be closer to Sarah. They became inseparable, making up for lost time with weekly dinners, shared vacations, and the simple pleasure of having someone who understood them completely. Their mother became a central part of both their lives, finally able to love her daughters the way she'd always wanted to. Ellen kept a photo from that day in her dressing room. Lisa and Sarah's first embrace, their faces showing the relief of no longer being alone, the joy of finally being complete. Because sometimes the most beautiful stories aren't about what we've lost, but about what we find when we stop looking. Sometimes the missing piece of ourselves is out there, waiting for the moment when the universe decides it's time to put the puzzle back together. Lisa Harper stopped being an only child the day she met Sarah Chen. But more than gaining a sister, she gained herself, the part that had always felt missing, the connection that had always felt just out of reach. And in that moment of recognition, of completion, both women understood that some bonds are stronger than time, stronger than distance, stronger than the decisions that tried to keep them apart. The only child became one of two. The missing half became whole, and the family that should have been finally was.